Imagine for a moment during the excavation on Oak Island, the ground suddenly shakes, the machines stop, and a team member screams, "Guys, something has been found, but it is something different." Season 11, year 2025. The moment everyone has been waiting for years has finally arrived. And this time, they have not found a map or a piece of wood, but direct access to the place where the real secret was hidden. The team opened an ancient stone tunnel under the ground, and as soon as they went inside, everyone's breath stopped. There was something there that Rick himself remained silent for a few seconds. No amulet, no empty chest. There was a mysterious structure which had been lying untouched for centuries. What was found inside it was not just a treasure. It was something that shook history. Is this the same treasure due to which Oak Island is called cursed? Is the mystery of 7 deaths solved now? Or is this just the beginning of some deeper truth? Brother, this time the discovery is not ordinary. What will be seen in the video? You have never seen it before. So sit comfortably and watch the video till the last second. Otherwise, you will miss the biggest secret. The excavation of Oak Island was going on that day, as it has been going on for the past several years. The machines were running, soil was being removed, and the team members were busy with their work. But around noon, there was a strange movement. First, the ground shook a little, and then suddenly the sound of a heavy machine stopped. Stop everything. The voice of the site supervisor echoed across the field. All the team members stopped. Those who were shooting with cameras were also stunned for a moment. It seemed as if someone had suddenly stopped the breath of the entire island. Rick, La, and Marty, who were standing nearby, ran straight towards the place where the machine had stopped. The ground there seemed very soft, as if there was something hollow underneath. A worker bent down and started removing soil with his hands. Then a metallic sound came. Ton. Everyone's eyes were wide open. As some more digging was done, a round stone or cement-like part was seen, which was completely different from the rest of the soil and rocks in that area. It was not random rock. It had carvings on it and some symbols on it, too. Rick looked at Marty and simply said, "Yeeto." The camera was zooming in on that part. The voices had faded. Everyone was just staring at that one part as if some centuries-old secret was about to come out. That first glimpse itself made everyone's heart beat faster. Was this the door behind which the real treasure of Oak Island was hidden? Or was this the beginning of some other deep tunnel? The suspense had now begun, and this time it seemed that Oak Island was finally going to reveal its secret. Season 11 started in a different way. After the last excavation, the whole team felt that now they would come closer to the treasure. But the clues found at the end of the 10th season were incomplete, like broken pieces of a puzzle. The team had made a plan very thoughtfully this time. Rick, Marty, Craig, Tester, and the rest of the team looked at all the data again, old maps, sonar scans, and previous drilling records. The biggest question was, are we digging in the right place? This time the focus was shifted a little from the money pit area to a new zone called Lot 5. An old document was found at this place a few years ago which vaguely mentioned a hidden shaft, but no one paid much attention to it then. Craig Tester got the scans done and his team found some void spaces. It seemed something big and hollow under the ground. That's where it all started. The team's plan was clear. This time just removing soil would not cut it. They were going to use ground-penetrating radar, GPR, and sonar technology along with deep drilling. Every inch of the ground was carefully scanned and recorded this time. Rick even said, "Now we have to listen to data, not gut feelings." And then the team started drilling at the same place where the radar had detected something solid at depth. Everything was happening with a big plan. Marty was looking after the machinery. Rick was tracking the symbols and markers. And the rest of the team was monitoring every second of the activity. But there was one more thing here. In the previous season, they had found a special piece of wood which had carvings on it. Experts believed that this piece might be a part of a tunnel, but it was abandoned then because proper entry could not be found. The same lead was picked up again at the beginning of Season 11. Now, The team was hopeful that this time something big was going to happen. And perhaps because of this hope, they started the entire season with record-breaking budget and manpower. There was only one question on everyone's mind. Will Oak Island break its silence this time? And as you saw earlier, as soon as the digging started, the ground itself started speaking. As the digging progressed, the team began to clearly feel that something big was hidden under the ground. As the machine reached a certain depth, the structure of the soil and rocks suddenly changed. The hard rock had now turned into a different kind of layer, as if it was a hand-built wall. Rick immediately stopped the digging and sent experts down. And then what was seen surprised everyone. There was a clear circle below, a circular structure made of stones. It was not random ground. Every stone was arranged neatly in a pattern as if it was a part of a vault or ancient tunnel. When the walls were looked at carefully, light carvings began to appear on them. Some were symbols, some were lines as if something was told in some language or signs in the ancient times. Some markings were such that they looked similar to the cross of the Knights Templar. Craig Tester immediately got a depth scan done using GPR, ground-penetrating radar, and what came out was far beyond any normal discovery. The depth of this structure was going up to about 70 feet. That is, this was not a small tunnel, but a proper built system. Marty stood there and said, "Guys, this is not just a chamber. This is part of a bigger design." The thickness of the structure, its alignment, and its matching with the map, everything was proving that this thing was built by humans and perhaps centuries ago. The moisture of the wall, the smell of old wood coming from the soil, and the faded glow of the symbols all together, it seemed as if history itself was coming out of the ground. The most interesting thing was that a part of this structure was deliberately covered. Perhaps that is why it remained hidden for years. Now the team had a new challenge to explore this tunnel deeper without damaging it, because it's clear now Oak Island has opened its first real door. And what's behind that door? Only time will tell. When that mysterious structure was first seen underground, the whole team was stunned for a few seconds. But the most interesting thing was the reaction of Rick and Marty Lagina. Rick has always been a quiet, thoughtful person. He never gets excited easily. But that day, Rick's eyes widened. He just kept staring at the walls. No words, no sound, completely silent. Marty looked at Rick and said, "Rick, say something." "Are you okay?" Rick replied softly. "I don't know, Marty." This is exactly what I had thought for years. On the other hand, Marty's reaction was completely different. He almost jumped on seeing that structure. His voice was trembling with excitement. "Guys, this is the place. This is the same place." He immediately picked up the walkie-talkie and said, "Craig, come down now. We have found something very big." The camera team was shooting at the same place at that time. But as soon as Rick and Marty's expressions were seen, they pulled the camera back a little so that they could record the raw emotions without disturbing them. Then immediately an emergency call was called. The whole team was gathered. Experts, scan operators, digging supervisors, everyone was called down. Marty started giving everyone instructions in a hurry. "No one will touch it until Craig comes down. Run the GPS again. I need a full scan around the structure. Rick, you take photos of the symbols. We have to decode them." Rick was still silent, but now he was looking at every symbol carefully as if his mind was engaged in some deep calculation. Marty was talking, running, making plans, and Rick was just watching. At that moment, it felt like two brothers. One was getting carried away by emotions. The other was feeling history inside. What Oak Island revealed wasn't just a tunnel. It was a door. The first true reward for years of hard work. When the team started opening that mysterious structure slowly, everyone's heart started beating fast. As more soil was removed from the mouth of the tunnel, the view inside became even more shocking. First of all, they saw a big wooden box which was stuck between the stones. It was slowly taken out by hand. As soon as its lid was opened, a golden glow came out from inside. The first thing that was found was some old coins, but these were not ordinary coins. They were thick, heavy, and looked to be hand-molded. Strange symbols and Latin-like letters were engraved on them. Some coins had cross marks, while some had shapes like old ships. Marty shouted in excitement, "These are probably coins of Knights Templar." Rick looked at the coins in his hand and simply said, "These are not just coins. These are pages of history." But the matter did not end here. There was something else below the coins. Artifacts kept in a glass box, an old compass, a silver goblet, and wooden statues, all of which were intricately carved. One of the statues looked like a king, and the other showed a woman with children. Experts said that all these artifacts are at least 600 years old, and they seem to have a direct connection to medieval Europe. Then the most shocking thing, a small cloth which looked like a part of an ancient flag. There was a faded symbol on it, a red cross and some code-like pattern. It was exactly like the old Templar banners. Now the team began to understand that this place was probably not built just to hide treasure. It was a sacred vault which a secret society had prepared centuries ago. And as they dug below the artifact, they also found some bones. Human bones, not completely intact, but enough to guess that these were the remains of a person. The forensic expert immediately said, "These are from the 14th or 15th century. That means whoever brought this treasure probably got buried here." Rick said in a very calm voice, "This treasure must have brought someone's life, and maybe that is why it is called cursed." Now that they had a first glimpse of the treasure, coins, artifacts, symbols, and human bones, the team decided to subject all the items to scientific tests without delay. Craig Tester contacted a top forensic and antiquity lab in Halifax. The artifacts were carefully packaged. Each item was 3D scanned and photographed to ensure a complete record of any damage. The coins were examined first. A coin expert's face changed as he held the coins in his hands. "These coins are not mass-produced. They are hand-forged. They are pure gold and weigh much more than the average gold coin," he said. Then he explained that the markings on them did not appear to be European, but Templar and Phoenician scripts, a mix of two different cultures. The value of the coins alone was estimated to be over $1,500,000. And that was just the beginning. Now it was the artifacts. The silver goblet that was found was in a completely medieval royal design. Experts said that this design was seen in the royal houses of France or Spain in the 14th century. The pattern on it could be related to some religious order. The price of that goblet alone was estimated to be more than $250,000. Then came the matter of that ancient cloth, which was probably a part of a flag. It was analyzed through microscopic test. It was found that the cotton and color used in it were natural dyes which were used only between 1,0s. And the most shocking thing, the cross on that cloth completely matched the symbol of Knights Templar. Then the forensic team did an age test of those human bones, and the estimate came that their age was between 650 years. Meaning this person died when America was not even discovered. Now the picture was becoming clear. What was found on Oak Island was not just a treasure. It was a lost link in history, a secret that was probably hidden deliberately and was now being revealed after centuries. Rick simply said, "Now we not only have to see what was found, but also understand why it is being found." And why now? As soon as the name of Oak Island comes up, one thing comes up again and again. That old curse. That story which has been sitting as fear in the heart of every excavator for years. The story is that whatever treasure is hidden on Oak Island, it will not be found until 7 people die. Now whether this was just a rumor or a warning signal of some secret society, no one knows. But according to the records, since the excavation of Oak Island has started, 6 people have lost their lives. And now the discoveries made in the excavation of Season 11 and the circumstances in which they were found due to this curse once again came into discussion. Rick himself has once said in an interview, "I do not completely believe in this curse. But whoever comes to this island, he has to lose something." When that ancient structure opened and bones came out from inside it, some team members believed that that person was probably the 7th one whose sacrifice was the only way to reveal the treasure. The interesting thing was that as soon as that vault opened, the weather of the island also changed. Strong winds, heavy rains, sudden shutdown of machines, All these things started happening simultaneously. Some people may call it a coincidence, but some old members of the team consider it the effect of the energy of Oak Island. Marty even said, "Whenever we reach close to the treasure, the island definitely gives us some signal as if it is saying, wait, not now." Now, the question was, has that seventh sacrifice been completed now? Has Oak Island itself fulfilled the condition that would allow the treasure to come out? Or is the real sacrifice still to come? What makes this even more scary is that as the team tried to go deeper, accidents started increasing. Some machines broke down, a worker got slightly injured, and there was even a mysterious gas leak in one part of the digging. Now, people are divided into two groups. Some believe that the doors of the treasure have now opened and the curse has been broken, while some say be careful. The real game has just begun. Oak Island has always been a mystery, but now it has become a story, not just of excavation, but of a curse and a clash of history. Among the symbols and artifacts found in the excavations on Oak Island, there were some things that seemed to be related to a secret society, not just any ordinary treasure. The biggest clue was the symbol of a red cross which was found on that piece of ancient cloth. This symbol exactly matched the flag of the Knights Templar, and Rick himself said, if this is real, then it means that the Templars came here. The Knights Templar was a mysterious organization that was formed in the 1100s and who are said to have immense treasure, secret knowledge, and religious artifacts which may include the Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail. Now, think if the same Templars had reached this place, then they must have hidden something that is not just gold and silver and not just symbols. The design of the tunnel that was found also looked like an ancient blueprint. The stones were placed all around it in such a way as if they were made under some ritual or special security method. Craig Tester told that this layout is exactly like what was called Vault of Secrecy in the old secret orders. A place where something very special was hidden and which was impossible to open without code or clues. Some experts are even saying that whatever is hidden on Oak Island, it is probably not the treasure of Templars, but their secret mission. It is believed that the Templars had reached North America even before Columbus and they buried their secrets somewhere here under Oak Island. Now the question is the excavation of Oak Island a search for treasure? Or is this the story of keeping a secret history hidden from the world and then slowly revealing it? Whatever it is, one thing is certain. This is not just about gold. These are layers of a deep conspiracy. When the mysterious structure was found, artifacts were found and symbols were revealed during the excavation of Oak Island. The question was not limited to treasure. Now the question arose whether the government knew anything about this beforehand. Many people believe that all the information about Oak Island was already present in government records, but it was never made public. Some old documents which were declared missing by the Nova Scotia government in the 1960s have suddenly started coming into discussion again. Orr himself had indicated in an interview that when he applied for a permit, he had to face some strange rules like not getting permission to dig on certain parts of the land or excavation was stopped without explanation. Now think, when a team is reaching such a depth by spending millions of dollars and 600-year-old things are coming out from there, will the government just keep watching silently? Some conspiracy theorists believe that whatever is hidden in Oak Island is not just a treasure, but a truth that if revealed can change history. It is said that some footage that was shot in season 11 was edited in the show. Marty's team recorded a special symbol with a laser scan, but that scene was not shown in the final episode. And then the biggest question. During the excavation, a military helicopter was once seen circling over Oak Island. No one saw its landing, but it left this question. What does the army have to do with Oak Island? Some people claim that the artifacts found in Oak Island have not been fully made public. Perhaps there is something in them that can pose a religious or political threat. Bick once said, if the truth of Oak Island is fully known to the world, then perhaps many books will have to be rewritten. Now, think, brother, is all this just a coincidence? Or is there some secret hidden beneath the soil of Oak Island that some people want to keep hidden? As much as the excavations at Oak Island mention treasure and secret societies, it is equally important to understand the ancient folklore and indigenous knowledge of the place. The area of Nova Scotia, where Oak Island is located, was inhabited by the Mi'kmaq tribe for centuries. This is an Aboriginal community of Canada who have many mysterious stories related to this land. According to the Mi'kmaq people, Oak Island is not an ordinary island. It is a spirit-protected land. That is a place where some divine energy has been sleeping for centuries, and disturbing it is not free from danger. An old indigenous story tells that there is a deep black room on this island which is under the ground and in which golden light is hidden. Now think, could this be the same underground vault that Rick and Marty discovered? Not only this, according to some elders, unknown or light was often seen on Oak Island. They say that sometimes blue or yellow glowing lights floated above the island in the dark of night. And brother, this is not a New Age fantasy. Many old records of Oak Island also mention mysterious lights and ghost sightings. The Mi'kmaq tribe has always believed that permission should be taken before disturbing this island. According to them, something is hidden here. But it is not just physical but also spiritual. Rick Lagina once said, "When we first talked to the indigenous elders, they warned us, we will get treasure, but we will have to pay a price for it." Now that the excavation has opened that mysterious structure and the artifacts have come out, the question arises again. Have we just dug the ground, or have we broken the sleep of a centuries-old spirit? The soil of Oak Island is filled with not just treasures. It's also filled with stories, truths, horrors, and perhaps an age-old message. On hearing the name of Oak Island, people think, oh, wow, we will find treasure. We will find gold. Our life will be made. But brother, the truth is that this excavation is not a fairy tale. It is a story written with blood and sweat. The biggest challenge is water. A flood tunnel system is built hundreds of years old under Oak Island. As soon as the excavation reaches a certain depth, water enters from below with full force. The team has to stop drilling again and again, because if even a small mistake is made, the entire pit can sink in minutes. Rick himself has once said, "Whenever we reach near the treasure, the island starts protecting itself." The second difficulty, layers of mud and soil. This is not a straight line. The soil keeps changing, sometimes hard like a rock, sometimes soft like a swamp, which makes operating the machines a nightmare. The third most frightening thing, gas and pressure. Once during season 11, when drilling was going on, suddenly there was a strong pressure from under the ground. A kind of gas was released which made a worker feel dizzy. Later it was found out that some ancient decay was taking place below, which was creating toxic gas. And brother, every machine has a limit. Everything has to be checked manually there, because a wrong calculation can put the entire excavation in danger. Machines break down again and again. Sensors stop working, and on top of that, the weather. Nova Scotia's weather is so unpredictable that there is sunshine in the morning and storm in the afternoon. Marty had said this is not a treasure hunt, it is a war zone. But still, even after every difficulty, every danger, every scratch, the team did not stop, because they know the thing that is demanding so much hard work is not just treasure. It is probably history. Excavating Oak Island was not just a treasure hunt. It was a dream. And that dream was first seen by Rick Lagina. When Rick first read the story of Oak Island in a magazine, he was just a teenager. That very day he decided, one day I will dig there. Years later, when he set out on this mission with his brother Marty, no one knew that this journey would be 10 years long and so tiring. Every season they had hope found some small clues. Sometimes happiness, sometimes defeat. Many times it seemed that now they should give up. Money was also sinking and results were also not being achieved. But Rick never gave up. He used to be present on the site every day, watching every tunnel being excavated with his own eyes, reading every symbol carefully as if he was talking to the island. Marty, who was a little practical, got frustrated many times. But seeing Rick's dedication, he would get back on track every time. When the mysterious structure was found in season 11 and centuries-old artifacts were found inside, Rick was in tears. He said just one line: "Now it seems the purpose of my life has been fulfilled." Craig Tester, who has had his own personal tragedy, he lost his son, Jack, also stood silently. His eyes were looking at that door as if there was not just treasure, but a closed story that had been opened. For the Oak Island team, this was not just a mission, but a passion. And now that they have reached the first real clue, it seems this 10-year struggle is finally paying off. Now that the Oak Island team has found the first real clues, ancient coins, artifacts, symbols, and a mysterious tunnel, the biggest question is, was this the treasure, or is the real treasure still hidden underground? Rick and Marty know that what they've found is just a fraction of what's out there. There are still many unexplored spots across the island, like Lot 14, Lot 32, and the old point where a sonar scan detected another hollow chamber. What we've found now is just a small piece of a larger structure. The whole story is still buried, Craig Tester said. Now the team has made a plan to reach more parts of the tunnel. This time they're bringing in a new drilling machine that can go down more than 100 feet, along with an ultra-high frequency GPR scanner which can detect symbols and voids more clearly. Marty said, if this is just a vault, then think, where will the real treasure be? Not only this, now many external archaeologists and historians also want to join this mission. Some believe that the excavation of Oak Island is no longer limited to just treasure. It is going to become a discovery of World Heritage level. And brother, one more thing. Rick's team has recently caught another signal which was received from underground metal detection. According to the signal, a large metallic box or sealed chamber has been detected there, but it is at a great depth. Now the team has only one option: more depth, more hard work. But the question is, will Oak Island open itself completely, or will another question come up with every answer? One thing is certain: what has been found is just the beginning. The real game has just begun. So, brother, what Oak Island has shown this time is not the story of any one treasure. It is a vault full of history, every layer of which points towards a new secret. The artifacts found, the tunnels found, symbols, coins, ancient cloth, and human bones. All these together make one thing clear: something very big was hidden on Oak Island. And perhaps there is still a lot left. But the real thing is that as the answers are being found, the questions are getting deeper. Did the Knights Templar really come here? Did the government know everything beforehand? Is all this tied to a curse? Or is this entire excavation just touching a secret that has been suppressed for hundreds of years? Rick said it all in one line: we have opened a door, but what is behind it can shake the world. Now it is impossible to return from the path the team is moving on. Every digging, every centimeter of land is now like a ticking time bomb. Either treasure will be found or history will come out on its own. And brother, if you have watched this video till now, then one thing is for sure: you too have become a part of this mystery. So be prepared, because the next revelation of Oak Island may change everything. And believe me, whatever is found next time, it may be the biggest discovery ever. If you too want to know what else is hidden in the depths of Oak Island, then subscribe to the channel now. Press the bell icon so that next time when a secret comes out, you are the first to know. Because brother, now the game is not just about gold, but about history and truth.